Well, solo queue picks and maybe some more dangerous picks. Thresh is one of them to add to Baolan's list, but something that we see constantly up in the top side of the map. 369 actually going to pick up the Urgot rather than a carry matchup.
I like the Urgot. I think it is a carry early on, just has a lot of damage for himself, and it's a good pushing lane into the Aatrox. Does well into both Aatrox and Lissandra, honestly, so it doesn't even matter if that gets swapped up in either way. So I like the fact that TOP is saying, hey, we're at least solidifying a pushing lane on the top side of the map. XX is holding on to his jungle pick for the second phase, so we get to see what he can do and if he has a strong enough matchup to then support 369.
Remember, IG have the opportunity to maybe flex their jungle. We have seen Aatrox jungle jumping in and out of succession, so we'll have to find out. It's a double 80 carry ban of Kalista and Caitlyn. Dropped for TOP. Fiddlesticks the final ban with Alistair in the mix.
380 carries taken away, and all of them do well into the Kaisa.
For that TOP. Find more onto Jackie Love, but he can't. A 1-for-1 trade, that might actually work out for the side of IG.
What a turnaround for Invictus Gaming to get the kill onto Loken. Because at that point, that was a great response from XX immediately going bottom side for the gank. But you would usually want Ben to follow up with a Q, so you can slow a member down. They had him tagged, but Thresh was walking away scot-free. And he had the ability to just turn on Loken because he was trying to get the setup. So they overinvested on the setup. When Sejuani came by, she really needed more time. So ultimately, it's just unfortunate for TOP.
The greatest start for TOP. We'll watch it again.
Yeah, he couldn't get the Q because he was in the middle of the wave. Finally gets it then. So the moment he gets the stun across, remember, there's no follow-up from XX until finally Sejuani the Krugs, but you can already see with how dominant these lanes have been, he's changed it. He's called an audible.
What is going on, Raz? Like, IG, every single lane looks fantastic right now. Even the top side of the map. Duke is somehow behind the turret, but let's look back mid.
The audible was called, and you see Ning going for this kill instead of trying to cancel out the Krugs. Good call overall, and you can see Rookie only had one person in mind.
So well played from Rookie mid laner, but we've got a kill on the top side. Ning finally getting his just desserts. Fear Beyond Death used.
You know, one of the highest stats that Ning does have is deaths. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, we might be seeing more of those, Raz, as Duke has to pop the world ender here, but XX is here to help. IG top laner now in a bit of trouble. Could be great for 369. Ultimate about to expire out. Permafrost, they're waiting for the kill. Is it perfectly timed? It is. Double kill up to Urgot.
So you can see how hard this strategy is to perform, because you need the utmost in terms of communication. So you know that you're just essentially denying 3 lanes or 3 people at the same time. But we lost out. Of course, we came out from replay into that situation, but what you can imagine is Aatrox pushing out top lane and not knowing that Ning needed help because XX was essentially just trying to kill him. Someone who was much closer.
It is an early game that has been quelled a little bit. Oh, beautiful picture-in-picture there.
There we have it.
Oh, man. XX finally getting some interactions, though. That's what matters.
So the only thing you can learn from this situation was just Aatrox have the push out. If your jungler's going to be on Krugs, you need to prioritize your own push, so you're going to be there as fast as possible, so you can deal with the Urgot.
Well, it's been topside pressure. Rookie is mounting towards the bottom side. Ben and Loken have to find out. There's a Lissandra and a Kane here. It's a 4v2, but Valon almost dies.
One of the biggest changes of preseason were how much damage these towers do. So initially you would say, okay, pre-14 minutes, you wouldn't be seeing that many dives. Just can one-shot you. And in the series that we did see from CBLOL, goes to show you wouldn't be able to see much dives at all. Teams play pretty passively, or at least they play towards the dragons instead of the tower dives before turret plating falls off. But now, you've already seen Invictus Gaming still playing to their style of just rush you, push you in lanes, and search for kills.
But also with TOP, they're the ones that play this crazy style that they want to rush you before the 10-minute mark.
Yep.
They play aggressively through the jungle, and XX has had a chance now to do that. It's been a good recovery by TOP, but still a 20 CS disparity in the mid lane. There's about 20 CS up in that top lane, make it 10. And Ning's still trying to make something happen.
That's why Ben needs to push Ning off. The last time Knight died under tower, he lost 2 huge waves. That's the reason why this difference is as large as it is. So, you don't want it happening again. Especially with 2 platings already being taken off. That's already free gold there for Rookie. So the gold difference is huge, and due to the meta, you snowball much faster in the past because of how much effective gold is on the map before the turret plating fall off. So you have to protect the lead that Rookie has if you're Invictus Gaming, but if you're TOP, please stop the bleeding.
Yeah. Well, Knight's going to try and push this wave in. There's a bit of vision on the bottom side to make sure XX can't make his way in, but topside vision control and able to push Duke back in. Maybe starting to shift roles. We hyped the Knight versus Rookie matchup, and at this point it looks like Rookie definitely showing his fierce teeth.
The worst thing about this is essentially how easy it is from this point forward. It's such a hard fight for Knight before he gets his Gunblade. Vamp Scepter doesn't do too much for him, or his raw stats. So if Rookie, who now has blue, can push out the lane with the greatest of ease, his jungler is going to be on the bottom side of the map. Suddenly, bot lane dive is that much easier when Knight doesn't have teleport to follow up. So Invictus Gaming are already thinking 2 steps ahead of what the next play is going to be.
Rookie's teleport, as you mentioned before, that's going to come up pretty soon, so you can expect something to happen.
Honestly, you don't even need the teleport. Oh, looks like they're going for the kill.
Yeah, well, Knight might have just given it over to them. It's 2v1. We'll get the slow, but there's no upgraded Kane just yet, so.
But you take those skirmishes, the small fights that'll get you that closer to the red Kane. Whew. A little bit of the melee souls coming to him.
I was talking about Spice before the game, but it's happening in the top side of the map. 369, he's the Rookie. This is his first LPL split. This is his first LPL game. Might have played in the Demacia Cup, but this is a very different standing.
He is so close to being able to chip the next one. So another issue when you're dealing with these AP bruisers, like Lissandra, is that she can just constantly look to chip down the turret because she has the, I guess, Demolish, right?
Yeah.
So she just needs a little bit more before she gets the next batch of gold. If you look at the gold difference here, 4,435.
About 1,000 gold, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So 1K difference just based off that alone.
Turret plating at least will fall off in 3 minutes, but by then Rookie might already have the turret the way things are going.
I just love how they're playing it by ear, because initially, the reason why Ning was on the bot side was not just to take his camps, but to look for bottom side vision so they can look for the bottom lane tower. But then audible was called when they saw that Knight was just sitting in one of the bushes and was surrounded. So they forced onto him, and so now it's changed from we're moving as a squad to the bottom lane, so it's actually just that easy to continuously chip the turret on the mid lane and just get raw gold from it. So already got to his proto belt. Right now, Rookie is massively ahead. They can just look for the kill if they can get it right here.
Knight
the setup is correct.
Still does not have his first item here, Raz. His 20 CS still down, and XX just trying to cover the losses in the mid lane. Rookie walks up freely with his support nearby and jungler. That's the third turret plating. That's the third turret plating.
There we go.
Thank you.
The fact that Braum was pulled out pretty repeatedly. Okay, Jukes, can you get out of here?
With Glacial Prison, I think Duke's fine. He can actually turn this one there with the Infernal Chains. XX just has to leave.
Getting desperate at this point. Couldn't get the Aatrox kill. And now it's so easy for Ning to just push into this bottom side of the map, knowing that Sejuani is nowhere nearby.
Well, Valant's still making plays in the bottom side of the map. And XX on response duty, walking down to that bottom side. Where do you look right now? Knight's behind, bottom side here, getting pushed in. It's 4 members.
Yeah, should be easy to take this tower down. You can see Rookie playing as Watchguard. Anyone he can just turn on, but they're going to back away. So the difficulty here, and I think TOP played it right, was if Knight comes in the long way through blue buff, they can just turn on it. Ning was on that side. Mike, they're just going to turn on Zed.
Yeah, trying to clear vision. Caught out in the middle. There's a Glacial Fissure, but honestly, IG right now have control of the fight. Might be turned around if they can catch out Nin. Logan is free hitting as well. 369 jumps over the wall. TOP somehow winning this fight. It's Jackie Love who gets taken down by Logan, and Balan is the last member alive. 3 already dead, and TOP turned that beautifully.
That was a great teleport from 369. They just turned it as a squad on Rookie, because while it was a good turn, you didn't have the members. The numbers were not there to burst down XX. He still had the initial burst, or at least the tankiness of his passive. And so Sejuani stayed alive long enough, and it was the squad of TOP that answered so emphatically. Duke's going to try to take this tower down, but I mean, at this point, that was just way too good from TOP to get the game back in their favor.
Yeah, look, there's a bit of gold going towards IG, but with the Cloud Drake in this composition, you're saying, hey, I'll take it. Next one is Infernal Raz, but top lane turret or not, this was just beautiful.
So take a look at this. Where is the damage coming from? Siver's still bottom lane pushing out, and there's no teleport coming in from Aatrox. So, at this point, it's already lost. If you're gonna look to pull the trigger at this point, you need the AD carry to come along with you.
That's exactly what Loken did. He said, boys, I'm going in. He made up that disparity in the bottom lane. Now has a Storm Razors and can probably actually stand eye to eye with Jackie Love and Baolan after what was, again, that slower and not as controlled start.
While that's true, the issue that TOP still faces is that they're still behind in gold because of the turret plating. And or at least item-wise, item breakpoint, it's a little bit longer for Sejuani to be relevant, for the Kaisa to be relevant, that Jackie Love is going to consistently shove out his lanes and then rotate, so it's going to be Invictus Gaming that always get first push. And so it has to be TOP that come in reactively.
Well, they're reacting right now to the play of mid lane. IG walking away. Great death sentence into play. XX, has he been caught too far forward? Duke smacks down and Jackie Love's here as well. 4 members into the box. Ben's been hit by Ning as well. IG collapse on 2. That mid lane turret's going to be theirs as well. They go over the wall and trying to find Ning as a response. Knight 2 for 1, at least getting something back on the board, but IG have taken more.
These are chaotic fights. Invictus Gaming trying to hold true in the mid lane, and then it's Ning who's just cutting people off. Of course, he falls down, but he did a great job in holding the pressure there for Invictus Gaming to come out with a victory and push down mid tower.
Oh, TOP, man. This is the reason why in Game 1 of the Demacia Cup Finals, you never said, all right, look, it's looking like IG are going to take it all the way. There is that goal disparity there, but at the moment, TOP at least getting a response now, at least getting into the swing of this Game 1.
I'm just saying, right now IG has the Colonel Sanders seal of approval.
I was wondering, I was going...
At this point, he looks pretty stiffy, but Rookie needs to get out. He doesn't have any mana. He's done for.
Yeah, you know what the Colonel would say? Well, we got to get out of here. I don't know. I haven't been to Texas, really. Rookie, no mana left. I'm sorry, Raz. It's going to be Rookie out of the turret. Knight gets another kill, so you're looking up towards his Kali.
Alright, so that was just unfortunate from Rookie. And there's no one on the opposite side of the map to really get anything off of it, so it was just poor timing. You do want yourself in a 1-3-1 situation. Rookie being top, your dual lane pushing mid lane, Ning to follow up. You know, that's the picture that you would want, but you still had your dual lane coming back onto the map, so there was no mid pressure. It was an easy pickup by TOP.
TOP again trying to force the issue around the mid lane, getting these individual kills. Means that Hextech Gunblade has been picked up by Knight, and a bit of pressure onto Rift Herald. Mounted to actually getting it.
Honestly, this is just better communication from TOP. Once again, XX picks the right spot, cuts down mid lane early on, so even though they lost the tower, they're still getting kill gold. Top lane pick off of Lissandra, and now he gets himself the Rift Herald. These are great calls when honestly he doesn't have much of the map to work with, so great stuff so far from XX.
Sejuani, first time we're seeing him on this champion. Of course in 9.1, maybe expectations to see it more frequently as well. That Rift Herald where it's going to be dropped, still need to open the mid lane turret and the bottom lane with 369 sitting down there.
So for 2018, it has been his most played champion just because he is the facilitator for his squad. A lot of the times he's the one who starts the fight, who sets up the vision. He does it so well. That's why I call him the most improved, because when he first came onto TOP, yes, he was a new face, but he really didn't have much of an identity. And now he's being able to set up his lanes before the squad came in when they had weak laners so well. And now it's much more of an easier job, much like Ning working with star performers. XX gets that same opportunity.
Finally gets to get the spotlight. Baolan doing the same thing. Knight forced to burn that cleanse once more while TOP take this bottom lane turret. IG forcing the issue mid, trying to push up. There is a bit of vision control on the top side, but not on the bottom side. See where TOP go next. They can definitely go on to Jackie Love if she's not careful.
Might be difficult just because of the spell shield that she has there. That's why you would want both Akali and Sivir to be there, just because whenever you get a collapse, they tried to collapse on Akali, throws down the shroud. Can't deal with the obscurity, she gets out of there. Sivir just has all the push in the world, and so for her, she can just consistently walk up and Thresh can just carry her away.
So annoying when you have that seal as well, almost 2 items on Jackie Love. That's when those waves do not exist whatsoever.
IG's gonna have problems though. With Thresh basing to get wards, gets 2 control wards way too late. Infernal Dragon is already up. TOP gets the push mid and can now immediately set the tone. The hardest thing to deal with this composition now that it's scaling back up is that Sejuani ulti is up and available, Braum ulti is there, so now Kai'Sa has more room to work with. I don't think Invictus Gaming can take this fight.
Well, they might have to if they want the Infernal Drake Raz. Duke up the front, 369 on the side. Wants the flank, they turn for the fight. It's on to Duke, has a chance to ulti finally, but the stuns are still going to come through with the Wombo there. Immediately IG turns back around, but Loken is free hitting, ults into the back line, making an aim. It's Knight onto Rookie, and he's done. Duke's out of ult form, Ning is running away, and TOP once again pick it where they choose it. And Knight can't clean up the rest.
They're going to go on Knight. He's here alone. I don't like his chances.
I don't like how Ning just stood next to Duke there.
But they're going straight back to the Dragon. XX actually just peeled away because he had no HP to work with. But the moment they've solidified the area, goes back in. That's 10% by the way on the first Infernal Dragon. He did get a massive buff. So the reason why there are so many fights now around dragons that we've been seeing in solo queue, but also in the limited views that we've had, like CBLOL coming out, in dragon fights is because the increased value really pulls teams in for the team fight.
Just caught out again. These good ultimates coming through from XX.
So I like what was happening initially from Ning, trying to at least split up the members of TOP before this fight starts, but we already talked about it. IG were late to the punch, Thresh had based early, TOP had already had complete vision control around Dragon and had started it, and they have great setup. There was no way that you were going to push TOP out of that, and so for TOP to just walk up, start the fight themselves, they had a good start, and they're able to take control of this game.
This really good initiative has landed Knight in a great situation. Remember that losing lane, remember the turret plating that changed things around. I guarantee you now the gold is looking a lot more favourable towards Knight. With Rift Herald being dropped down mid, it is the only outer turret remaining.
Now just take a look at where the members are. Aatrox has to come back mid, but that means that this mid lane tower is going down. I don't think TOP wants to put their neck out there to go for the second turret. The worry is because Rookie is in Gloomy from the left side, but at least they are able to just shepherd the Rift Herald into the second turret.
Only a bit of damage, but they may have caught out Rookie. Ultimate over the wall, still gets the slow, remember, but XX not willing to chase around. Sentence land, they need the jungler of TOP. For some reason, Ben jumps in, has to flash out. TOP caught in the middle of this jungle, and this is not where they want to be. Ning has just found his way into the backside. Loken and Ben, it's your turn to die. It's immediately the Kane, who goes a bit too far forward, mind you. And TOP get a trade-off of junglers.
I think TOP came out for the better. At that point, it was so scary to see which assassin or bruiser would come out ahead. It was literally just Knight from the left side, threatening the rest of Invictus Gaming to back off. And it was Ning trying to just go all in to see if he can get the kill on Loken and Ben. So you're right, maybe he was so close in doing it, but they had kited him back, so easy to do now with the Braum. So it turns out a 1-for-1. But overall, you pushed for a tower, you got the Rift Herald there. You tried to get the pick on Rookie. I like that play. I would make it any day. Like honestly, if it had worked out better, if Sejuani, who tried to make the predict, had locked down Rookie right here, that would have been a second.
And that was an inch as well to connecting to Rookie. Maybe that's the difference of fight for TOP, maybe getting a little bit more.
See, because think of it this way. Had they were able to lock down Rookie, he wouldn't have been a nuisance as he was there.
Yep.
So ideally, you make that play, Rookie's out of the picture, then you can start threatening the rest of the members, push out top lane, look for top lane inner tower. This is a good call from TOP. It came out even, but it was because they made the positive play.
You know what Ning was there? You've heard of Baby Shark. He was Daddy Shark there. He smelt blood. He went in and decided, the back line's too easy to kill, but Ning ambitiously, now 5-4. Baron's been started here by TOP. Okay, pedal to the metal. You remember Dan Gaming, don't you, Raz? Well, very different times, but Baron actually coming off now 23 minutes. And Rookie, he goes forward. Glacial Path might not be able to get him out. Trying to delay for time, but he's taken down before anything can be done. TOP get... Bottom side pressure with that Cloud Drake coming forward. TOP might just take another.
Yeah, stack it up. And remember, holding 3 members here makes it so Invictus Gaming didn't have an idea of this was happening until they saw him, but even then, if they move towards the dragon, they can get collapsed, so positional advantage for TOP. Oh my goodness.
The knockback is perfect. IG find everything. Loken's not even in the fight yet, and 369 has been taken by the Ignite. It's Baolan to clean. It's Jaculov to walk forward. Boomerang blade from down under is not enough. It's Siva for the double, and now Baron is all IG.
So close to working out for TOP. They just got the dragon, and they needed to get out of there scot-free, but gets picked out. I would love to see how that all started, but we know how it's going to end. Invistus Gaming are so close to being able to pick it up as long as they can push XX away from the Baron buff.
He's not even going to contest it at this point, Raz. It's IG with the first Baron of the game, and the first major gold lead.
But how the hell did that happen? How did they get the 3 picks? We need to find out. Oh my goodness, Rookie. That was so well played between Rookie's stun and then Baolan coming in with the 3-man play. Had that not had happened, that would have been TOP resetting from Dragon, moving to Baron. That was a game saver.
That was a 3-piece feed, Raz. And that changes everything here in game 1. TOP are going to have to try and claw their way back from this. There's a lot of resources still remaining on the map. Still a lot of those second-tier turrets standing in place, and IG are going to start knocking them down.
This is when a game can start to snowball. We've seen the average game time from Invistus Gaming, and it usually comes around the first Baron they take. That being said, first mistake coming in from Ning.
Ning going to be stunned over the wall. Loken ults in. Killer Instinct maybe used a little bit too early. Duke coming in off the side. All the knockups available. Everyone is dying from TOP. IG, the fear beyond death though, does find 3 members. The turnaround from Knight, he's still alive, but not for long. A triple kill to the top laner, and Invistus Gaming charge on in.
They thought they saw a challenge. Teleport coming in to keep the wave alive. I think Invistus Gaming thinks they can just end it. 37-second on the death timer for Knight. This is a long time.
I mean, this is going to be a big ask as well. Loken still lives. Can he come up with the hero play in his base? Are IG actually going to push for this win?
They're going for it. This is going to be rough.
Baolan's not alive, so how do they get to Loken? Relying on Rookie and Ning here.
XX is going to be alive in 7 seconds. 369 is going to be alive now. Right now, TOP just has to go for it.
First Nexus turret, Ben, ultimate's down, but Duke is ready to take the fight. Infernal James will bring him right back to the Aatrox with the final knockup. Can't find it. It's XX who's delaying it out, and IG know they need to back away.
Teleport coming in from 369. They want this fight.
Here we go. It's crab for dinner, ladies and gentlemen, and 369, he's got your order. Redemption to heal them back up. 4 in a stack. 369 gets knocked up. They turn it back around. IG were expecting it. It's dinner time for them. And Knight trying to get the kill. The assassination onto Ning. It delays it for now, Raz, but in the smoke screen, IG know that he's alone. No one else is there. Rookie chases after him, but that's a good recovery from the mid lane superstar.
The fact that IG turned it. Great redemption. I didn't expect that it was going to be doing that much healing. But they turn it. They get 2 picks for themselves. Ben and 369 go down. Just for the 1 for Ning. TOP are so confident, so smart in how they played it out. Went back and fought them off the Nexus on the right time. And then the teleport fight, this was at the very beginning. This was what caused all of this. 2-man knockup. I thought this was just down from Ning. But get to see how this plays out. Because Duke comes in from the top side, completely pushes Ben away. So much disruption on that end. So 369 is also just completely surrounded. While he gets a nice fear, this fight is already over because your facilitators are down. They can just clean you up.
Duke is in AoE City right now, and he's having an absolute ball. 4, 1, and 9. Death Stance picked up 3 items on a lot of the carries here for IG. There's a similarity there between TOP when you look at the bottom lane, especially Loken on the Kai'Sa. The Sonya's Hourglass picked up, so these fights can be maneuvered more easily, and when Knight gets that final item as well, that's probably the time to go.
Something to watch out for, too, is that there's an extra bit of playmaking here coming from Loken, of all people. He's picked up Azonia's Hourglass, so it makes it a lot more easier for him to just jump in, buy for some time if he's the AD carry there, so he doesn't end up immediately falling to, let's say, the burst of Rookie if he places you in lock and key. So the fact that TOP is somehow still in this in a lot of these fights could work out for the better. One of the changes that came through in preseason was the bounty changes. You get way more bounty op kills. 750 right now on Sivir, 700 on Duke. Right now, of course, 500 on rookie. So if you're able to take one team fight victory, you're back in the game.
你跟他是中野配合这样子在打的。
之前我玩过一会儿打野，就感觉打野比较好玩。
后来为什么又转到中路？是跟牙膏搭配过了一阵子之后的影响吗？
因为我什么都玩嘛，就让我打权威之后就都能打这样。
那个时候跟牙膏，你到现在还有很长的跟他联络吗？
也会有联系的。
今年你也换了一个新的战队，来到 TOP， 目前跟队友玩起来有什么样的想法吗？
就和队友玩就交流都比较好嘛，就好说话嘛，就性格都比较好。
那你可以说一下目前你觉得 TOP 玩法上是什么样的风格或什么样的定位吗？
感觉我的玩法就还。
刺客的玩法这样，那你觉得自己是刺客特别擅长的一个选手吗？你会自己这样认为吗？
其实什么方面的英雄我都玩过嘛，但我觉得玩刺客这种可能就玩得更舒服一点，因为这种英雄就。
最喜欢玩的话算是哪一支啊？
自己玩是比较喜欢玩妖姬了，因为它比较灵活，就能秀别人。
那你自己有什么印象深刻的妖姬的表现吗？你可以跟我们讲一下在赛场上的。
妖姬的话，就记得赛场上就那种一套把人秒掉的时候吧，就经常就抓到单，就可以一套把别人秒了能回来。
除了妖姬之外，你之前还有库奇玩的，其实非常非常的杰出。你可以跟我们讲一下，就是这支角色有什么样的特点吗？或者你对自己这支角色的定位是什么？
就这英雄就因为有位移嘛，就不怕被 gank， 然后这 LE 也比较多，就清兵发育就比较快。这英雄优势就是手长嘛，就发育起来打架也比较猛。
很多时候我们看你在玩角色的时候，你在刺客上面，你其实很喜欢打的是像刺客分。
This is game over, you can feel the ground rumble. When I hit the ground running, you should move a lane over. Rain holder, we don't run on the same motor. I'm a chain smoker, you a lighter to a flamethrower. I come from an insane culture, living like a trained soldier, just to make it a day older. No closure, remain closer to the days when I could feel the hunger pains I knew I would take. And I ain't going out till I take it. What I came to get, I was made for this. And I will never lose, I'm the greatest. Just face it, I was made for this. And I ain't going out till I take it. What I came to get, I was made for this. And I ain't going out, I was made for this. And I will never lose, I was made for this. I feel colossal, choir sing the gospel. I can make the sky move, breathing through my nostrils. Sharks in the water. Start listening to my soul. Overlooking back. Where's the point in that? And it feels good, so good. Coming back again. There's enough of love. Fear and pain. Letting go of memories. Knowing they can't define me. There's enough of love. Feels good.
谁都喜欢听天才的故事。
聚光灯下，他们是最耀眼的明星。
留下这样一丝血 ，Q 技能扭头，一技能减速，反手 W 好了 ，Q 技能，哇，这啥呀？
有些时候只能打心底喊吹嘘，太猛了。
AD 怎么办？小姐小跑住了，地到了 Rookie， 这个老金倒地的赛道，这边拿了一个双闪。
看到那些信件，就会让我想起输等赛场的时候。
哇，漂亮！这个就是闪现，换到最后的看了，飞桥飞好像没有问题，这个老给了一个4杀。
有点怀念那个时候，也有人这么称呼我。
接轨369进场直指后排，感觉要双杀了。王子再接一波，在屏幕的下方直接秒掉了冲 C。
年轻这个词真是充满了美好。谁都喜欢听天才的故事，
但只是这样就足够了吗？
让我们帮你，
让我们帮你走向巅峰。
Hello， 现场以及正在收看直播的
Today we get to decide our second team who's going to be making it into the finals. Will the Lane Kingdom of IG stand proud, or will they topple to the rising stars of TOP? That's the name of the game today. Host Candace will be here in front of us introducing the players for us, but this is a matchup we've been waiting for a while, and especially after yesterday's series, we are so unbelievably excited. That was a tight 5-game one, and we're going to be hoping to see that repeated here today. The first team's coming out, of course, TOP. Going to have 369 in the top lane, XX in the jungle, Knight in the mid lane, and Loken and Ben rounding out the bottom lane. Now, guys, this has been an absolutely fantastic season for TOP.
Oh yeah, nobody really saw them going so far so quickly. This is essentially a new team we're seeing with top laner 369 right here. It's being a little bit shy in front of Candace, but feeling confident about their matchup with Invistus Gaming.
He's one of our youngest players here in the LPL as well. He's only 17 years old, and he's had such an amazing split. You know, we've been talking among ourselves, and a lot of us think that he could be our rookie of the split.
He definitely is mine.
But they're going to be just TOP. They have a lot to prove today against Invistus Gaming, the reigning world champions, one of the most impressive teams, not only in the World Championship, but here in the LPL spring split so far. They're coming onto the stage, onto your screen right now. Top laner, The Shy, jungler, Ning, mid laner, Rookie, and AD carry and support, Jackie Love and Baolan.
Your reigning world champions, the pride of the LPL. No one really thought that they would have the same performance here at the start of the split, but they did make it at the end, still securing that second place position into semifinals. And your man, the double MVP from last year in front of you, Rookie, he's looking forward to this matchup. He said that the opponent, Knight, looked a lot like him when he was younger, so that's going to be your highlight matchup as well. The young, I would say the young rookie, Knight 9, the perennial Korean rank 1 challenger, really facing the master today in Rookie.
This is where Knight gets to prove himself. The so impressive thing about these rookies, they have so much potential, they have so much to show, and we are going to get to see it today. Welcome to the LPL. My name is Matt Iberic Daniel. I am joined here by Clement Chu, and returning for day number 2, Tabe. It's so good to still have you here, man.
Hi guys, I'm here to talk some of IG stories again.
We'll save that for later, perhaps. But let's look at the story of how we got here. Take a look at the bracket, because JDG yesterday showed us they have exactly what it takes to be a finals contender.
Oh boy, is Caps actually a scriptwriter for the LPL or what? JD Gaming, the Dark Horse story continues as they take down their first seed in FPX to go towards the first finals this organization has ever seen.
Coach Holm really proves that he is a legendary coach, and this is the last challenge. Either top wins or IG wins, the last stage for him to challenge the legendary coach among the whole LPL.
Let's talk a little bit about that matchup for today, because of course we will be going into IG versus TOP, and these are two teams that have a very similar style. A lot of them rely on their strong laning phases, their strong laners. This isn't going to be a necessarily super macro heavy game. That's not where the deciding factor is going to be.
In my eyes, this is going to be early game tempo and all about laning phase. If you're looking at the 5v5 draft and trying to figure out what these team comps do in the team fighting stage, I think you're looking at the wrong portion of the game. It's all about laning, it's all about getting the counter matchups. All of these teams have great 3 lanes. We call them Trident teams that consistently win in all of their positions, and that's why there are top 2 teams in the LPL.
And because of that style, because they rely so heavily on having these breakout players, their game times are not very long. 30 and 32-minute average game times respectively. These are lightning fast games. This is the rumble for the ages. These are our star players of the LPL being pitted against each other today. And in that vein, we have a little special fun surprise here. Now, Tabe, Clement, in front of you, you're going to have faces for all the players who are going to be, well, facing off here in this matchup. And we're going to go through lane by lane, starting in the bottom lane, moving up towards the top. This rumble, we're going to see who gets the knockouts. Who do you think is going to be the better player? Let's start with the supports of Baolan versus Ben.
I'm going with Baolan. I think he had a better split overall, but I know Tabe has been on the same team with both of these supports, so you must have a lot more insights.
Yeah, I would really like to put 2 of them at the same time, because when I was a support player in IG 2016, when I was in roster, they are my support, and they are now evolving into monstrous supports now. And just now I heard the mic check, they're talking in the interviews. Ben Chinese has improved a lot, and the quiet guy Baolan now is also proving himself. His shot calling skills are very good too, but I still have faith in Baolan because he just won the World Championship.
Okay, there you go.
A lot of evolution for both of these supports, but going to be for Baolan favor for both of our analysts. So let's take a look at AD carry now, guys. We have, of course, Jackie Love and we have Loken, but who do you think is going to come out on top? Let's start with Clement.
All right, I'm going with Loken in this one. I agree Jackie Love's a great AD carry, but I think neither of these teams are actually bottom focused, and it's all about who can play a steadier bot lane. Loken is your perennial KDA king. He was your KDA king in 2018, and he's again in 2019 your KDA king. He can play very safe and allow the other lanes to shine. So I think Loken has the upper hand in this matchup.
We have a split desk here, so Tabe, how are you feeling?
I think Jack Love, I vote him because of his really good performance game in the last series against ZDG. And also, I see a lot of his feign carrying. And I really like, although he has some mistakes in the lane, he dies a lot. But in team fights, he really showed us he has a really good capability to carry the whole team. But not only giving the pressure for Rookie to carry or the Shy to carry, he also tells us that the IG bot lane can carry the game.
It's going to be hyper carry versus the solid bot lane there for Jackie Love versus Loken. But let's take it down to the mid lane. This is something we got a little bit of a preview of during those interviews. It's going to be Knight versus Rookie, and it looks like Clevin, what are you going for, man?
I'm going for Knight. I got the young one in my sights right here. When has Rookie made Korean Challenger top 1? I think you have to give this man his due right here. First game they played against Rookie, his debut performance when he's back on Sunni, he actually solo killed Rookie in lane. So I think this guy has the mechanics, he has one split to mature, and he's won a lot more MVPs than Rookie this split. Overall, I think he has had a much stronger performance throughout 2019.
How about you, Tabe?
Yeah, I know because you just interviewed him too. I was watching face to face.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm voting for Rookies because I know that BO5 is all about experience. It's all about your understanding of the lane, of the game, and also your mentality. I have doubts for Knight's mentality, how you tackle with your heart when there's a full pressure of the game. And I think that same
但是我觉得我相信大家对这个比赛都只有一个期待，就是希望他打得精彩，对吧？
对，其实每场比赛都打得精彩了，因为赛前的预测好像都黑了，所以
就不要再预测了吧。
所以大家现在都不预测了，今天比赛就五五开，对吧？今天比赛五五开，谁发挥的更好，今天比赛就谁赢。
说到精彩程度，其实我觉得我们先看一下今天的一个首发名单。
好的，首发名单，首先我们看到 Top 这边的首发阵容依旧是这个赛季首发5人369打野的熊熊，以及中单的 Knight， 还有下路拍档 Loken 加上 Fate。
这5个选手现在人均韩服王者，而且最高的更是达到了900点。然后这边是 IG 今天的首发上单者帅，打野位置宁，中单 Rookie， 下路双人组是 Jake Love 和宝蓝。
那刚才谈到就是像熊熊，我记得我今天下午看的时候好像说韩服7了，好像
挺猛的。
对，挺猛的。
这熊熊跟笨，野辅这2个节奏点，其实是现在 Top 的 rank 分段最高的2个人。
没有错，而且从数据面上的体现也是一样的在这个是当前的版本趋势，我们大家看那么几天的比赛都说 LPL 赛区的版本趋势绝对是以上单为重点中的重点。
对。
可是他们最近的比赛都不是这么打，其实，在数据面上的显示来说的话，熊熊靠近中单，还有跟辅助2个人去野辅双游这2件事情做的是最多的，它占比是在5路里面算比这2路偏高。
对，就是你看上单位置嘛，就是刚刚说到369和德善，他们在上野的亲和率当中，其实德善是偏高的，所以说 Top 这支队伍在上路的野区的一个会配合的次数并不是特别的多，比如如长毛所说的嘛，
他可能还是比较以下半区为主，
对，
而就是他们会有打3合的时候，比如说当369用到吸血鬼的时候，但是当369用到鳄鱼这类型的英雄的时候，可能他是打一个双 C 偏下半区的打团为主的，控地图资源这样去打一个经济差。
但是既然说到上路，现在可以看到，就是包括昨天的比赛可以看到，上路在 carry 点这个位置其实非常非常重要。我觉得今天369配上德善，其实也是一个非常血腥的这一路。你纵观最近他们比赛常用的一些英雄，你可以看得出来。
说起来的话，我们先来看一下。
说到这一点来了。
对的，数据出来了，在联赛里面有4项数据都能够排在联盟第一，这就是德善在这个赛季的表现就是这么好。
上路的一个统治力吧。
场均阵亡3.19，排名第18位，这么少？
很少，就是虽然说他这个不是第一，但是这是一个好的一个数据，因为场均阵亡次数少，说明他在团队当中并不是经常，就算遭到针对，也不会被击杀。
我觉得这个数据体现的一点就是说明，首先德善他在各方面的线上压制没有比之前差，
对，
并且他的阵亡数比之前要少，这就是他这个赛季的一个进步。
是的。 那上路的部分来讲的话，其实我们大家普遍都会觉得，对帅这个赛季确实是他目前的一个巅峰赛季。369今天在面对他的时候，要遭受到一些的压力，但是369也有自己玩得非常好的几个英雄。
对，比如说他的吸血鬼，我个人认为他的吸血鬼他拿到了以后，就是可以说是 LPL 玩的最好的吸血鬼之一吧。我加个之一，其实我不想加，对我其实不太想加这个之一
掉了，怂掉了是的。但是我觉得几乎是最好的，这一点是没有什么争议的。对，
他总共用了7场吸血鬼，能达到90%左右的一个胜率，其实就已经非常恐怖了。
那但是虽然就是说数据面上面来讲的话，也许在数据表现上略逊的下一点，再加上我们刚才谈论的说，熊熊其实他习惯去帮中跟习惯野辅双游，比较少一直去贴上路养上路，所以更可以说369其实今天要靠自己来面对的下了。
他其实面对的压力挺大的，他是一个非常出色的上单，而且已经上了这个我们的前3阵的2阵吧，就是这样一个非常出色的一个位置。但是呢，就是德帅是一个他什么选手、什么英雄都可以用的一个选手，也就是说德帅会在上路有可能能使用 counter 英雄去限制他的发育，而德帅的个人能力，其实在跟369对拼的时候他不虚，这是今天369遇到了一个最大的压力。他们在之前遇到 SDG 的时候，可能说昌宏在就是他能够在上路 carry 型的英雄这类英雄池里面，他不如369，所以369在选择吸血鬼的时候，他没什么压力。但是今天会有一个完全不同的情况。
这边给到您的一个数据啊，其实刚刚可以看到他之前选的一些英雄，就最近比赛常用的英雄，可以看到出，其实 IG 他们现在您的打野的选择，我觉得更像是选择进攻性打野会偏多一点，而且配合上 Rookie 最近他们在打比赛的时候，我觉得像左一啊、妖姬啊这样的英雄都是打一个中野联动的，中野会比较偏向于有重心。
瞎子挖掘机吧，然后这边是熊熊。熊熊最近使用的英雄的话，也是皇子，然后奥拉夫、剑魔以及酒桶。剑魔他最近没怎么用了，这个英雄现在已经被认为是前期作为打野位，在削了前期的1技能以后，他的干咳能力太差了。
现在选剑魔是一个相当咸鱼的一个选法，我觉得。
这边给到数据，但是其实有一点数据他可能没有给到，就是我觉得在前期节奏方面嘛，前面有讲到2支队伍，其实如果说 Top 今天要拿下 IG， 在前期对面的强攻的情况下，怎么样做到被抗压不被拿下优势很重要。所以说熊熊他在一个15分钟的一个补刀差和经济差上来说的话，其实跟您是差非常多的，他甚至是负的一个情况。所以可以看到他之前比赛基本上前期野局势可能会遭到压制和针对的。
其实从数据上点一下，我是觉得熊熊他在后半段一直练体系的情况下，他的数据会有所下降。但最近的状态明显上升了。如果只看季后赛那3场比赛的话，他的数据可能是非常好的。
对，因为那个数据主要包含了春季常规赛中后半段的时候，熊熊确实有一段时间也被大家认为是比较低迷，但实际上就志焕刚才讲得很清楚，就他们是队伍在尝试一个运营的体系，所以会导致他的数据变差。
好的，那这边镜头正好给到369，有一些话看一下他到底说了些什么。
德帅的细节做的都特别好，对线上的打团上也挺细的，就是和他对线的话，就学习嘛，主要是学习，然后感觉也应该挺享受的。别人就是跟我说老叫我甩这个，就是说我摇到9就很厉害，摇到3就不行了，我就争取就是一直做那个9吧。
特别可爱的反应，我蛮喜欢，就是我不是特别熟悉他的私底下的一面，但是从他刚才的表现出来是我非常喜欢他的这个性格。
好了，既然听到369说完的话，这边镜头给到了德善，那怎么能少了德善的赛前采访？看一下他说了什么。
저도 제가 첫 번째인지는 모르겠는데 저도 제가 그래도 잘한다고 생각은 하고 다른 잘하는 선수들은 그 다들 잘하는 것 같아요. 누가 더 잘한다 는 모르겠는데 대부분의 선수들이 다 할 거는 다 해주는 선수들인 것 같아요.
也很可爱啊，就是风格有点不像，你一直在笑，某个观众也在笑，就
不是因为他讲的内容，他就是没错。首先我非常非常的厉害，
但是是不是第一？
但是我不好说，大概是这种味道。但我觉得他说的也没错，因为关键在于说，德帅说的确实是事实。我们刚才不管从数据面或整个赛季啊，我们肉眼可见的表现面上来说，德帅要说是第一上单是没有什么问题的，没有什么问题。但他们两位都这样子谈了彼此，其实我们刚才也分析过，关键还在于说带上体系、带上队友之后，你会发现369今天确实要独自去面对一个较为庞大的压力吧。那 如何能去缓解这个压力，要看说 Top 在中野这方面能不能够活跃起来。我们现在慢慢的去谈到中路这个话题。
但其实我觉得 Top 的中路就是 Knight， 他有一个非常非常厉害的一个点，就是他现在从常规赛到现在为止，他在中路拿了17个英雄。你知道这是多恐怖的一个英雄池的一个数据吗？
这个的英雄池练起来比较简单，他可能对于他这种天才选手来说，就每个英雄可能我们要玩个20盘，他只要上去玩个2、3盘，然后他就能上手了。天赋比较高，对吧？但是有一点我必须得提一下，就 Knight 他最近其实不是很利用那种不是很用的很多那种中期打架的英雄，他往往去拿一个后期的飞机这种类型的英雄
偏刷一些。
DP 已经开始了。
好的，那刚刚看到我们多利多兹玉米片，马上进入到我们的 BP， 看 LPL 就是多利多兹时刻进退，时刻够位。那蓝色方 Top， 红色方 IG。
Top 上来已经先崩掉了蒙纳、塔姆跟布隆。
这手 BP 如果是昨天格里芬学 Top 这样办的话，说不定他们就赢了。
不要再鞭尸了。
你
一听就笑。
3手防御型的辅助啊。
这边 Top 先锁了卡莉斯塔。其实两边 AD 的话，我觉得 JK Low 最近看比赛，在 AD 位置选的话，卡莉斯塔和薇恩偏多啊。卡莉斯塔渐渐的其实被他有点放逐了，然后薇恩会更加多一些，他更加打一个 carry 的 C 位。
是没错，然后杰斯还在外面哦。
我觉得很有趣的一个点是，他们这一手有点像是为了让 IG 拿下加里奥而去选的卡莉斯塔，因为说实在的，以 Loken 的调性来说，他比较习惯的打法就是运营发育以后大后期去 carry 的 AD， 事实上用卡莉斯塔这种偏前期进攻的 AD 是比较少选的。
我本来以为今天 Top 会打一个后期 ，IG 会打个前中期，但是从前面的选择来看 ，Top 这场比赛是要打前中期的，
都反
现在是拿下瑞兹来反制你可能会选到的冰霜女巫。然后这一手的话，挖掘机也在外面，也没有人选。现在，
哇，下路组了一个暗引导双雄啊！这组出来的话 ，Ben 跟 Loken 下路前期是势必要打出进攻的，因为 IG 现在有2种选择，一种是上来跟你刚前期，第二种是我就直接选大后期 carry ADC 嘛。您看一下 IG 等一下怎么做，但是我觉得
线上没有什么英雄能卡莉斯塔加锤石来打了，因为有硬辅、保护型的辅助已经都搬掉了。
对。
配加里奥，你用 EZ 卢锡安什么的都感觉不是特别行，
是打不过我感觉。
对，所以 IG 开始侧重于打野位。这手的话，先把挖掘机锁下来，岩雀已经搬掉了，就是最克挖掘机的这个打野位已经在前3手搬掉了，然后再搬掉个蜘蛛女皇，这样的话保证宁王在野区的一个优势，是现在 IG 的一个主要的 BP 策略。
所以现在 IG 如果把野位全部搬掉之后，我觉得其实有点像下路必定是要去扛压的一个情况。所以说，怎么样在别的路拓展他的优势就很重要。
没有错，因为这个加里奥你基本现在只能去牺牲下路，你也不可能在这个时间点再把加里奥摆中路吧？那我觉得你整体的节奏真的是慢得很夸张。
是，那连卢锡安都搬掉了，就不给你任何下路打赢我的机会，保证这个暗引导组合在下路一定是爸爸。
对。而且因为加里奥很有可能被 IG 这一方，加里奥很有可能被赶到辅助的位置上面，导致他其实野辅双游的能力也变差。
所以我觉得他们 Top 敢选这个下路双组的依托，就是笨最近的状态真的是回升的特别快。
没错。那可是打野位，我觉得 Ben 不空啊。IG 最后这一手如果再 Ben 打野的话，对啊，其实是 Ben 不空的嘛，转头去 Ben 了一个阿卡丽。因为你在目前的这个板子上打野英雄 Ben 的相当的少，在雷克赛被选下之后，左边还有非常多的选择，你不可能去 Ben 空。
对，阿卡丽这个英雄在线上单线上比较难抓。
Assuming that at the moment, because TFP just banned away Rakan, so assuming that the Galio's going mid and that Rise will be going to the shot.
We'll see. But right now, the Kai'Sa pickup is just, well, it seems just more of a hover. It's just a safe one. They recognize that this is going to be a bad matchup no matter what. Jackie Love is a Draven player, and that would be a good matchup to pick the Draven into that one, but just going into the first game, you don't want to morph your composition to be about you. So, just seems like in game 1, Baolan and Jackie Love want to play this one out safely.
The Galio as well, if it goes down to that bottom lane, there shouldn't be too many issues running the Kai'Sa in, but We talked about how XX's Olaf is wide open and available, undefeated so far here in the LPL. 7-0 is a score to be proud of, and let's see if he can make it number 8.
This is why I'm not the type of guy to be making dinner bets, right? Like when you look at both these teams, you don't know what strategy they're going to be running. Invictus Gaming coming to this one and saying they're just going to be bleeding out in a lot of some of these lanes. Like, I'm just looking towards where Rise is going to be laning, and I'd say that would be the strong part to the map. But right now, bottom side's not looking good. The jungle matchup just got countered by the Olaf. So in all intents and purposes, Rookie should be the one who's on the back foot. Even if the Rise goes mid, even if it's like talking about him being in a good matchup, Olaf is going to have a hell of a lot of pressure there, and you're going to have to be answering to his Raptors challenges, or if they split up the sides of the map, he's going to be taking crook. You're going to be dealing with your own jungler, who's going to be limping.
That's going to be annoying. It's going to be annoying to deal with. How do IG firm this up? Because when we talk so heavily about lanes in this matchup, well, throw a LeBlanc into the mix, meaning the Rise will go to the top lane and the Galio support. And that's a bit of survivability, or rather damage threat there from Rookie.
Yeah, I love this. That just means that suddenly the gank pressure through mid lane is that much stronger. Ning wants to be top side of the map, so I wonder if there's going to be any trading aside, if there's going to be challenges of vertically jungling, because on this point of view for Invictus Gaming, Jackulov and Battleline are saying we're going to be playing this one back. Well, Rookie, the Shy, Ning, that's just a lot of gank pressure that you can have top side. I love the Corki pickup. You know, you have options into the Assassins where you can go Hex Drinker, you have the Valkyrie, so you can play that one safely as well. And he's just been a fantastic farmer. He's one of our best farmers in the game.
Knight was one of the first Corkies to come through in the LPL as well.
That's true, that's true. Whenever Knight's on a roster, be it Sunning or TOP, he just understands when he should be on side lane. When he's just has the edge over his matchup, and he's like, okay, I'm going to leave the mid lane. You know, dual lane goes mid, and I'm going to just try and isolate these matchups. This is the best style for Knight.
That's right. It looks like the best style for TOP generally as well. In game number 1, opening up the draft in this best of 5 is so darn important. We saw it yesterday with JDG and FPX, and how JD actually opened up the series, to me, was quite impactful. In this series, it looks to be more important. You have individual lanes to play off here, and the top side of the map, when we hyped it up, when you have a Rise versus a Jace, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard for us to be able to say how a matchup should go. Because there's so many moments where like the Shy proves you wrong. 369 and who gets like destroyed in the first 10 minutes of the game can still find his way to getting a solo kill in a side lane just by outplaying. There is so much outplay potential here. How many games have you seen LeBlanc and Rise just go off? Or even just a Corki just get like a few lucky crits in a team fight.
Jace one-shotting all the carries on the enemy team. I mean, it could happen anywhere here, and that's why TOP versus IG is a build-up. Some have called it the final before the final, and that's what all of our semi-finals have been here in the LPL. But as we come into day 2, our last semi-final, TOP and IG going up against each other. It was game 1 of the regular split, and now we'll see who can triumph over the other, that individuality. This is an aggressive start here from TOP. Speak of the devil, yesterday this was just the move from FPX, but right now straight to the blue buff.
So this is the point that I made coming into this, the possibility of just looking for a vertical jungling. Remember how TOP got completely smashed by EDG in the regular season when they were coming into the playoffs? It was because there was, you know, enemy team forced vertical jungling, and it was, you know, the duo lane just outright smashing Ben and Loken. It wasn't even like they couldn't do much about it either. In the same matchup as well. Because even if they play safely, they're losing turret plating. They're losing goal no matter what. So I want to see what we get out of Invictus Gaming. If it, you know, last series was any indication of what's going to happen today, you got to see what was flawless in the yesterday, trying to challenge vertical jungling. So he goes from buff to see if he can stop you. I mean, if XX is just going to start on your buff, you really don't have much of an option there.
That's right, maybe you can look for the contested scuttle grab. Ning starting on the red buff, XX is here as well, and the vertical jungling has begun. Now, we talked a little bit about the bottom lane matchup and how it was a winning matchup for TOP, and that just makes it look so good here for XX to kick things off.
Even Loken has cleanse in this matchup, so it just makes it so even that one Galio taunt that you think that can turn the tides in the 2v2 doesn't matter nearly as much. Of course, both supports running Ignite, and I think the most important one as well is just heal coming out from Jackulov. It's going to be hard to really time your heals if, like, you know, Ben ends up getting the hook on you and starting out with the Ignite, then he really just nullifies with the Grievous wounds coming through. So already, starting that one off really well.
That's super rough. Ben started with the flay as well, and the auto attacks just hurt Jackulov. To walk back in this lane means punishment or maybe even death Ning's still going to ignore it though. Of course, he's gone for the top side of the map.
Red side Rek'Sai is such a pain in the butt for any top laner. Like, just being able to tunnel past that thick wall of the top lane, he can just cut right through the blue side jungle and make it hard. And one thing you saw yesterday was Gimgun on the, the cannon. And so you can't dive me because I still have that stun. It's so much easier to dive at Jace, but we'll see another opportunity here. Oh, let's
try and
go.
get something done, but a Death Sentence lands in the bottom lane, heal and flash as well. So we go to the top side of the map, thing is about 369, that's an easy kill. It goes to the Shy as well. Not good. XX needs to respond, so he goes in the bottom lane, into Valhalla, the Ren takes him down as the flame, the flash, they trade off. Even better for Invictus Gaming.
So much better that Jackie Love was the one that stayed alive and could pick up that entire cannon minion wave. So that was rough overall. TOP made the right call to look for the dive. I just think that Jackie Love and Bao Lan played that out well.
Yeah. Loken will get a bit of turret plating as well. That's the retribution for the play, but as XX dies and has to come back, he'll be heading towards that bottom side again with the wave resetting.
But remember, that also meant a turret plating. So the strategy from TOP still stands. Ning has to do something about the pressure coming in from the bottom side of the map. We're going to just try to accelerate. Bao Lan being that low, excellent, easy target. But how do you get out of there? There was not really an option for anyone to be able to leave. Of course, the Lantern was not available there for XX for an opportunity to get out. No exit strategy, so just a clean kill. 2-1 here for Invictus.
Means they'll get the push off as well. As you said, Jackie Love's staying alive's big, but Ning being in the top side even bigger has not been spotted out.
Thankfully, he's full HP, has the corrupting potions to begin with as well. So already a good idea. If you are on the top side of the map and you're just going to be bleeding pressure, pick up biscuits, just get as much HP as you can in some of these really poor matchups, because at the end of the day, as long as you can keep topped up, how does the Rek'Sai end up ganking you and come out alive? You have a high chance of trading back.
Good ward from 369. He sees the Rek'Sai, spots him out, and Ning is forced to leave, but comes back to the original point of how IG like to push the Shy so far ahead on the map. And for TOP, they've gone back to standardized jungling in XX, and Ning's going to back and probably do the same, as we've got a bit of time before the blue buff comes up.
I just want to see the timing in which Knight can actually leave a lane. It's really difficult for XX to get anything done in the bottom side of the map and through these dives if he doesn't have a partner in crime. Also needs some vision control leaning from mid to bottom side of the map, because a lot of the wards are actually just in favor of Invictus Gaming, so they should be able to see XX coming. So great defensive wards from Invictus Gaming while still being able to go top side and look for these gangs.
Ning can, with that vision line that's set up, feel pretty safe moving towards the bottom side here as well. Scuttle Crab to take, and I said before, oh no, vertical jungling has stopped down.
You already start seeing Rookie leaning towards the bottom side of the map, so this is getting tough for TOP. Their strategy is starting to shrink.
Yeah, Jackie Love Bao Lan can move back to the river, being this even in the wave, but XX is sitting here waiting. Control means he's not going to be spotted, but they're playing it super safe in this lane.
How long has he been in there? Let's see if this turns into anything. Let's go!
They spot him out, doesn't take the engage. Ben not in the position to land a death sentence.
Yeah, trying to play it all the way back, just trying to feign that there's no pressure coming through. Okay, Nick sees you.
There's a tremor sense. I think XX spotted him out as well. Pings are going down.
But remember, LeBlanc just got the shove in, so now it should just be a 2v2. XX knows that this is coming.
Yeah. Ning's a level up as well, just to be granted, so there is more potential for damage. XX is going to back away. He's waiting, trying to play the reactive gank.
Playing this one incredibly smart. One thing that I've recognized from TOP is that in their last few series, especially the one versus Sino Dragons, I think that one speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Because I thought Sino Dragons came into that series incredibly smart. They came in with a great level 1 strategy. Oftentimes TOP actually started a few steps back behind in what their composition was trying to achieve, but they found creative ways back into the game. 369, finding teleport options in the bottom lane. And then there were times where XX chose the best gank opportunity. And I think that's something that a lot of people kind of miss when they look towards the stats for XX and say that's not nearly as good as Ning at times, and the jungle proximity doesn't showcase itself. But if we're just talking about pure efficiency of when he finds his ganks, he gets the kills.
It's also for TOP, I've noticed playing around the lack of information sometimes can be some of their strength, as Bao Lan just gets hooked in once again. Now, you look at this roster of TOP and you say, all right, cool. You know, everyone playing their styles, but in the mid lane, Knight's starting to lose some of these trades. So the Rookie versus Knight matchup, not looking so good so far.
Almost got that chain. If he was able to land the chain, that's just Knight wanting to leave. You know, he already chugged his corrupting potions. I guess he was trying to find his way out. So let's just hope that's a good back timing from Knight. But we're finding our way up top lane. 369. I think you need help.
The shy flashes in. He's low health, trying to bait him in. Chilling's fine with the flash on Baron. They jump on top. 369 wants him but can't find him. The corrupting potion was ticking away.
Found that time to get the last auto attack there. So the shy comes out ahead. He's about to push a big minion in. Remember, 369 doesn't have teleport. That's not a cannon wave as well, so he's just going to lose the full wave.
What it's worth, he hasn't actually leveled up the Realm Warp anyway, waiting for that level 11. So going to be walking back to wave. Denies a couple of minions and the Shy is ahead. Ning is even ahead here in this jungle.
And just that hurts for Jace. Anyone who plays Jace knows that if you end up falling behind in these matchups, exactly. You don't really have a way back into the game. It takes a lot of time, so you just want to be farming up. So every single time he walks up to the wave, he gets just throttled by the Rek'Sai. So it's just been good pressure here from Ning. And it's just been also incredibly defensive on the bottom side of the map, so the wards are just doing a lot of damage to XX, trying to find wave bot side.
XX now towards the top side of the map, seeing if he can mitigate some of the ganks that are coming through, but there is a dragon open and available here if Ning chooses to take it. Cloud to start us off. IG already have the gold lead on their back as well at 8 minutes in the game, so good pace here for Invictus Gaming.
What I would like to see coming out from XX, because Knight picked up his package, he also has his Hex Drinker, so he actually has a say now of where XX should be. Being able to apply pressure to the bottom side of the map and make Loken and Ben relevant in the composition. It's just so much harder because even with that window that he had, XX was top side of the map, didn't really get much done. I guess handed blew off towards Knight, so now if he goes back to the bottom side of the map, Rookie's going to push him in, find a good back timing, and the control wards that have been on the bottom side of the map since the beginning of the game just stay there.
However, looking towards the top side once again, sneaking into this lane. 369's had enough. He's 0-2 already, and this is not going to be spotted out.
This is one of those 0 and 10 games, man. And it's not of his own doing.
369,
he's like, trying to play it safe!
Where's the jungler?
Show yourself! Where are you?
The Shy's already a level up in this lane. Remember, no warding to be spotted out, but there is one if he goes in the first rush.
And my friends, Ning doesn't leave. Alright, when he's in a lane gank, he just doesn't get away.
He really doesn't. He finds the Umbro once again. 369 does not have a flash. Not fair. Ning will pick up his second kill of the game. That's the third death of 369.
Another wave, completely denied. So this is just painful to watch. I'm sorry, people out there, that you have to be able to go through you're feeling the pain with 369.
What do you do if you're XX? Well, you go towards the bottom side. You do what a jungle Ola can do at this point when he can't react to the top side of the map.
And you really need to have RNG on your side unless the 369 can get this trade off.
If you can find a solo kill, Knight brings TOP back into a very good point in this game, but just pushes out Rookie. He's going to rotate back while Tower Plating goes down to the top side.
Rookie would be kind of ambitious, but being able to push Rookie back to base would be wonderful. Yeah, that would be great. Here's the RNG that I want to see, because just trying to find an option, a way into the game. Sometimes just praying to the gods and say, please force Rek'Sai to come bot side. Infernal Dragon, Mountain Dragon, anything. I guess this is his way in.
We'll do something. Hang on, nothing. Nick can solo kill. Void rushes over the mid laner. That's a solo kill for the jungle Rek'Sai now.
He is so fed. Actually, what can you do against the man?
He's already picked up Warrior Enchantment. This next back is going to give him something special as well. He's just on a roll for IG.
This is when draft at this point doesn't matter, because the Rek'Sai, or at least the Olaf that was picked into the Rek'Sai, traditionally does play well. The stats are just in favor of Rek'Sai now. He's doing so well in this portion of the game, has a level advantage as well. It's so difficult to ever track him because his control wards are in the river, so you even trying to push past that point, hard. Like, that ward that he had to place just in case they were going for the Rift Herald, that's just a death blow there. If he gets the Rift Herald, they go top lane, they push out that first turret, that would just be it, no matter what. Rift Herald would just take the top lane tower, and then suddenly you have no idea where the Shy is. You can push the wave and start roaming at it through mid lane, or just look for a bottom lane gank as he's done when he's on the Scion pick, anything that can force engages.
Because Rise right now backing already has his first item, and it's going to be very penalizing if TOP find that. with the Ryze in it this early on. Remember, he has Common here in the Ryze, and Ning, actually for the first time, going to run into XX. The first time this game, we might actually see an engage with both junglers involved.
Alright, this is going to be a full committal. See Kaisa coming in too, so Invistus Gaming are prepared for this one.
They're going to just land it out there. Shock blast combo, but it goes 369.
应该是这样子的一个节奏，我感觉。打完峡谷先锋，
上塔可以点掉14分钟不到的时间，
开车再抓你一个人头，对，帅上来没有办法绑到，回头躲过锤石一个钩子，那 IG 轻松拿下上路的一血塔。
对，然后马上峡谷先锋赶紧放中塔的话，是可以再吃2层塔皮钱的。
没错，现在还有半分钟。放了！
哇，这前期通过这样来回的运营，经济已经滚到将近3-4千块钱了。
对，最恐怖的不是这个3000块钱的经济差距，最恐怖的是拓普他要有节奏点，主要是现在没有节奏点，这个经济差距就很容易让他们后续产生更多的失误。
而且在后期的输出 carry 能力上面来说，IG 这种本来后期就比 Top 要来得强。
对啊，我们前面 BP 的时候就在说这个 Top 前期的这个选择进攻节奏 ，IG 怎么就这种选出来该怎么扛过前期，但没有想到 IG 是拿到前期优势的那一方。
其实你现在倒回去看，就是第一波的两边打野的出手选择。第一波当宁出手选择打上路的时候，熊熊算是他本来只是在看下路，但他那一瞬间变成被迫要去越塔，对吧？那这一波的交换下去的时候，就形成了崩盘的需求。
是那一波的越塔最理想的是笨用他自己的人头换掉对方突然组2个人头，
对，
然后一波大兵线进塔，你的 ADC 没有 TP 上线，然后吃不到那波兵，这样的换人头就是赚的。
对，
但是很可惜，就当时他们在打那一波越塔之前，笨的闪现就已经被打出来了，
他们2个辅助换过了闪现。
对。
那至此的话 ，IG 的优势是比较明确的啊，比较明确。甚至对 IG 现在来说的话，大家就稳稳的这么吃线下去。你知道30分钟已经过一半了，稳稳吃线下去 ，IG 后期都有信心。左边的话，因为 Top 的阵型选择非常有前期的积极进攻的可能性，但是缺乏一个后期，包括你没有前排。
为什么 Top 在推进的时候人员的一个调度出现一个比较大的问题，就是上路在推进的同时，下路竟然没有人防守。
这波有机会，但是没赶上，
勾到一个冲拳哥啊！
现在是没有办法，因为野区他们不敢进，因为挖掘机3个人。算分带到底了，因为其实说实话，他们在正面的开团能力也不强。
这一波 Top 想先手 rush 这条土龙，也是知道你人员现在都在偏中上野区，但是加里奥的支援速度是很快的呀。这一波先看一下怎么抉择。
先把障碍包打掉，这波 IG 上单直接 TP 过来，还有2000多滴血的一个土龙。
要打。
上来我们要接这波团战了，龙是先要拿到，
宁王直接要被卖，加里奥直接大进去，宁王先死。
那加里奥虽然大完了之后，但这一段时间队友其实并没有跟上输出，宝蓝按出了一个秒表以后，勉勉强强扛住了。在此同时 ，Jackie Love 把熊熊的人头拿下，上面看到的下一波输出撸完了以后，暂时在 CD 的过程中，现在开了一个门往后拉，
减速没有后续的跟上。
这一波打亏了呀！这一波
其实是这样的 ，IG 有点不太想这条土龙，他觉得如果这条土龙我拿下来的话 ，Top 后续的话双射手是没有机会 run 大龙的，就没有任何的节奏点，我打分带就可以赢。但是的话，这波土龙他们来的太晚了，
对。等到其实到位的时候 ，IG 全队到位的时候，土龙大概还有300点血，但在那一瞬间的时候 ，IG 其实没有想到自己以什么方式来开团。而且看到开团，最终开团是非常勉强的。
就是宁王先切进去，加里奥大下来，但加里奥大下来的时候，宁王的血线已经非常低了，他想用大招规避掉后续的伤害，让自己不被秒。但其实没有。
应了前面4换讲说 ，IG 在开团端上也不强，他这一手的强制开团确实看起来很强势，但你看到没有，开下去以后没有人在输出左边的人。
侧翼的话，德善就会是因为被369疯狂的在旁边骚扰，其实这一波德善在正面没有打太多的输出。
在团队指挥上面来讲，这一波 IG 最大的一个迷失的点就在于说没有找到集火的目标。
我是觉得宁王缺一块秒表，他缺一块秒表，他如果有秒表，他进去直接闪顶了以后，带加里奥进场，他可以直接秒表金身，
在金身
对，然后再配合加里奥大招下来以后逃跑去打输出，再接大招，再规避一波伤害，这波的开团就会比较完美。
因为我们说这个时间点，其实 IG 伤害非常高的是宁王这个点嘛，但是刚刚他被秒了。
其 其实说实话，正面的话 ，Top 的2个单人线的 C 位，他的手是比较长的，而 IG 的手是比较短的，所以他们要打正面团战的话 ，IG 是一定要有开团压力的。IG 要开团的话，一定要有一个人带加里奥进场，这个人必然是鹰王，对吧？
看到上面，
你认真想一想，就是其实那一波团只要 IG 全员无视369，因为他那个节奏非常非常落后的状况下，全员无视他，全部冲进龙坑里面的话，也许结局会不一样，也许，但是从结果而言 ，Top 非常赚的这一波，就是在节奏有止血到一些，
对，非常漂亮。但下一条小龙的话是条风龙，其实对于 Top 的这种想 rush 大龙这种打法的话，其实不太合适，就最好是刷火土，他们就巴不得就如果是能够在小龙来逼
你开，
你 IG 过来跟我接团，那是最好不过的情况。
不过虽然说呢，刚刚 Top 算是在小团战里面扳回了一城，但 IG 依旧握有一个领先的优势，现在要继续展开他们对中路塔的攻击。
但其实现在经济差并不是特别的大了，就看一下 IG 等会儿是要继续沿用我们前面说到的用分推的一个方式，规避掉团战可能出现的一个问题，还是说进行更多的野区资源小规模团战。
在这场前面的发展里面来说的话 ，IG 继续分带，我感觉 Top 应该还是会比较难应付的，因为在
拿他没有办法，
对，会比较难应付。
对，所以这个结果就是最后大龙刷新的时候，我来 run 大龙；等我装备够好的时候，我来 run 大龙，逼你来接，
逼你解除你的131嘛。
对。好，我们看中路飞机现在很肥啊，飞机现在领先了1000经济了。这场比赛其实 Rookie 我想了一下，虽然他不会被限制，但是由于他们上中2个都是 AP
也太多，
出了很多的这种以魔刀之类的魔抗装备，所以妖姬这场比赛的发挥，其实他在伤害面上是有点低的。
他更多的是要用牵制跟限制对方 C 位走位的方式来做他团战的发挥。
对 ，Top 的上中野人均出魔抗，
也是看到这一点，所以他等会儿应该是出法穿杖了。
对，
如果没有出穿透，是真的没办法。
对。
这个英雄纯分带，如果不打团拿人头的话，他的经济其实不会比飞机拿得更快。飞机的打钱能力肯定是比妖姬要强很多的。
对的。
现在要看德晒在团战里面的发挥了呀，他很肥，就前期无限帮上，这个瑞兹已经2件套了。
我觉得我还有另外一个感觉，就
mùa dành kết hợp với cái Corona. Đây là bộ trang bị gần như không thể thiếu với một người chơi Kalista. Rocky làm gì đây? Rocky muốn combo người 369. 369 có cho mình 2 trang bị kháng phép rồi nha. Chỉ vì thế anh ta rất trâu. Không sợ sát thương phép, chỉ sợ sát thương vật lý mà thôi. Rồi Rocky lại muốn cấu rỉa máu người Logan lùi về với cái phong thái quân nhân của mình. Phong thái quan nhân. Giờ bây giờ top đang muốn kiểm soát bản đồ khi mà phát hiện ra xạ thủ của đối phương chưa mạnh cho lắm. Rồi bây giờ xạ thủ đối phương đã mạnh rồi, không thể nào khinh thường. Con Kaisa đã có cho mình cồn đao xua nha. Rồi có cho mình một cái thấu kính rất tốt đến từ đội tuyển IG. Cả hai team vẫn chỉ đang vợt nhau mà thôi. Cấp độ 13 đến từ 9, trong đó Rocky mới chỉ cấp độ 12. Rocky vừa rồi bị bắn một phát rất đau đến từ cái tam hợp kiếm của Cần Ai. Rocky bây giờ có cho mình rất nhiều chỉ số sát thương vật lý trong người. Và cái dây pháp sư nó sẽ gia tăng cái sát thương cộng thêm đến từ đòn bắn thường của mình. Và bộ kỹ năng nữa. Cái đòn đánh thường của Corki là 80% sát thương phép, 20% sát thương vật lý. Rồng gió được cắt cử ra để solo, đó chính là sai. Và như vậy đội tuyển IG có con rồng đầu tiên dành cho đội tuyển này. Rồng gió đây là một con rồng không quá giá trị. Con rồng tiếp theo là con rồng đất. Con rồng này mà để cho top esports họ có được con rồng này thì cực kỳ nguy hiểm mà nha, khi mà Kalista có thể găm giáo con Baron. Và dứt điểm của Baron cực kỳ khủng khiếp. Khi đó thì top esports họ có thể kiểm soát con Baron này một cách vô cùng triệt để. Trong đó Cần Ai chỉ luôn có cho mình cái nội tài tam hợp kiếm trong người, chỉ đợi đối phương có thể sử dụng biến ảnh lên là bắn vào người đối phương, khiến cho đối phương mới mất cho mình đó chính là 1/5 đến 1/6 máu thì phải.
while next dragon's coming up, it's a viable strategy.
To maintain.
土龙就要刷新了，IG现在。
这个节奏，哎，369没了。
又来了369，哎呦，
交闪现，
有闪现无诺夫嘛，对吧？
对，但 IG 这边也不会追的，这时候拿了大龙 buff， 就是说要开始一个131的分带了。
对的，
就其实这种正面团队这种打131的分带这种大龙 buff 太致命了。
哇，现在。